Educreations is a recordable whiteboard app for iPads and web browsers that captures everything you write and say as you explain a concept. You can import pictures, draw, or write with a marker or your finger or your mouse or your stylus, or type text to add to your lesson. These video lessons can then be embedded on your blog or website, or a more private way to share is via a special link that can be emailed directly to specific people. The first step in creating lessons using Educreations is to sign up for free. I am going to include my school information here because that allows my students to look at lessons generated by myself or other teachers that might be using Educreations within my school. And this brings me to my dashboard, where I can create courses to help with organization and give the students a quick and easy way to locate specific lessons that they want to view or review. Let's create some courses for some saved lessons that I already have. Some of my students have created lessons showing their prowess at using Shirley English to classify sentences. So I'm going to create a course called Shirley English. Language arts is the subject area, specifically the English part of language arts, and I'm going to click Create. Now I can add existing lessons to this particular course. So I'm going to scroll through all of the lessons that are on here and choose the ones that need to go in the Shirley English course. This is much easier to do on a laptop or a desktop than it is via the iPad app, just an FYI. And now I'm going to click Add Selected. Now I have a course called Shirley English that shows up on the left side, and it includes any lessons that I deemed appropriate for this course. Plus, you see I can create a new lesson added specifically to this course. Let's take a look at an example of a Shirley English lesson.
A small kitten walked towards the fence near the big dog. Who or what is the sentence about? Kitten, subject, noun. What is being said about kitten? Kitten walked, verb. Towards the fence, prepositional phrase.
So the features that Megan used on our iPads in our classroom was the entering text feature, so she was able to type out her sentence, and then she was able to use the marker to go through and classify this particular sentence. The Educreations home screen shows you the iPad toolbar for creating videos or lessons, right across here. As you can see, you can choose marker colors, black, blue, red, and the drop down here will allow you to make variations of those colors. And the T, if you click on that, is where you are allowed to add in your text. The mountain icon allows you to add pictures saved to the camera roll on the iPad, and the arrows are your undo or redo features, with your X being delete. Over here is where you would press to record when you've completed your slides and done a couple of run-throughs and are ready to begin. The web browser toolbar does not have as many features as the iPad toolbar. You get your 4 basic marker colors, the mountain icon for adding pictures from a file, and the undo and redo and delete features like on the iPad toolbar. At the bottom of the screen is where you can move between slides while you are recording. There's really an unlimited number of slides that you can prepare, but when you are first beginning to use the program, you might want to try only preparing a few slides ahead to avoid being unhappy with the recording and having to begin all over again. You see, you can pause throughout the recording to set up more slides or collect your thoughts, take a breather, or whatever, but there is not currently a way to edit once a video lesson has been saved. Now let's take a look at an example of a lesson that used pictures saved to the camera roll of the iPad. After competing in the Cobb Helen Ruffin Reading Bowl competition, some of my students created book trailers for their favorite books from the Georgia Book Awards list using the Educreations iPad app. One group created their own version of stop animation by taking pictures of Lego scenes created to represent scenes in the book. Others found images through Cobb Virtual Library and Britannica Image Quest, or took pictures of themselves to use. Let's go to the course marked book trailers and watch the book trailer for Dark Life.
Dark Life by Cat Falls. After the rising, people must live on their sea. This is true for Ty.
Ty goes exploring in Cold Sleep Canyon, one of the most forbidden places he's ever been. He finds a girl, Gemma, in a derelict sub.
He overhears his parents saying they allow him too much freedom. But with Gemma around looking for her lost brother, anything can happen.
Outlaws are running around attacking people's homesteads, and undersea government won't restock anything until they're caught.
Ty doesn't want to move to the surface, but how is that going to work if he and Gemma keep exploring places they shouldn't in search of Gemma's brother?
Soon, Ty and his family find out the whole Bigfoot territory might have to move to the surface if the outlaws aren't soon caught.
Oh no!
Will the outlaws get caught? Will Ty and his family move to the surface?
Read Dark Life to find out.
When saving a recorded lesson, you provide a title, the course under which it should be saved for easy retrieval, and its privacy status. And as you can see, if I click on the drop-down menu, it can be unpublished, visible to just my students, visible to all people at my school, or visible to all. To share a lesson, you click on the top right tab of the page, which reads hello and your username. This will display all the lessons you have created through Educreations. We're going to click on the lesson that we want to share. In this case, Dark Life again.
Dark Life by Cat Falls.
you can choose how to share at the bottom of right screen. It gives you the URL for embedding on your web page or blog, and depending on the privacy setting, it will give you other information as well for sharing via email if you want to send it just directly to the students' teachers. Now, as you can see, the majority of the uses that I have found for EduCreations is for students to create lessons or to demonstrate their knowledge of a particular concept. This, of course, is not the only way to use EduCreations. There are many EduCreation lessons that are available to you. You can browse lessons across all kinds of different subject areas. These are lessons that other people have created and then posted for all to see. But again, the most predominant way that I have found to use EduCreations is to allow my students to create lessons, and then I can go back and view and make sure that they have understood the concept that they are demonstrating. I hope this video tutorial has helped you figure out how to create your first EduCreations video and share it successfully.